good evening, everyone. We're just going to allow a few more minutes just to allow more people to join, and then we'll get underway. So if you just bear with us for a couple of minutes longer. So yeah, just a couple of good evening, everyone. Again, just a couple of pointers before we move on with the AGM. So the format of tonight's AGM is a Teams live event, so that means we are unable to see or hear you. Therefore, if you could use the Q&A section just to say hello, if you've got any questions or if you need any help. We'll have the opportunity at the end to answer any questions that crop up, and if multiple people are watching from the same household or via the same device, please could you let us know via the Q&A so we can mark attendance accurately in our minutes. So yeah, and with that said, I will now hand over to our chair, Nat.
Evening. So really pleased to welcome you all to our second online AGM. I can't believe I'm saying it's the second one. We're 15 months, if not more, into the pandemic now, but we're coming out of it soon. So I've got a bit of a report to read now, so it doesn't go on for too long, so I won't bore you for too long. So I can't thank our leaders enough for how they've conducted themselves online with the activities and kept our group going throughout 2020 and into 2021. It's been fantastic, but now we're all back face to face. As you can see, we've got some works going on, but I'll move on to that in a minute. It's far better now we're back to face, not only for the leaders, but for our young people also. They're able to engage with practical activities. I'm sure the parents are grateful. Less mess in the house, especially in the kitchens. I know they've achieved a massive amount of badge work, which you should all really be proud of. Our leaders also deserve far more recognition than I could ever give. I'm sure you've seen the exterior works that are taking place. New fencing to keep the area secure. We'll have a fire pit, sensory garden, our own campground where we can have one night, maybe 2 nights if they fancy it. We're getting a new refurbished 40-foot container because at the minute we've got a 20-foot container. It's just not big enough by far. We're also having cladding put on the exterior of the hut because obviously Vicky got all the interior done, so we can have all that ugliness all covered over because it's watertight, so it'll just be nice and pretty. Not only that, we're having it all you can see block paving around the outside there, having it all levelled. The company we've got in, IA contractors, are doing a fantastic job, so that'll be done. It probably won't be done before the summer, but it'll be done for not too far after, so it'll be great for the kids. We can also open it up to the wider community as well and hold events there, so it'll be really good. We also have some exciting news. If the government's roadmap, because it was set to open up on the 21st of June, if it opens up on the 21st of July, then we could be looking at holding our bonfire night on the 5th of November. But obviously we need to make sure that it's safe to do so. It will be our 10th anniversary, which would have been, was it last year or the year before? I don't know, I've sort of lost track of time now. So it'll be our bonfire and fireworks spectacular, which will be held this November. So, but obviously we need to make sure that everything's safe and okay to do that. Unfortunately, this is going to be Sue, our treasurer's last year. She's going to be stepping down. So if anybody knows anyone with any bookkeeping or treasury experience, please give us a shout, because we do need someone to fill her big boots, because she's been doing a fantastic job. So give us a shout, you'll be more than welcome. We also do need more exec members. You'll be welcomed as well, or if anyone can help out in any capacity, that will be fantastic. Ash, once again, you've put all this together. You've done a cracking job, and my heartfelt thank you, and to all our leaders. So we shall move on now. So on to our Sarah, who will give us the Beavers update.
Thanks, Nat. Okay, so it's been an unusual and challenging year for the Beavers over the past 12 months. We've met primarily online, and the Beavers took this challenge very well. We as a team had to be very inventive, as most of them know, and the children. I'm not very good with computers, so it took me a while to figure out where the volume and where all the buttons were. The Beavers were very patient, and we successfully handed out 183 badges over the past 12 months, including science, cyclists, creative, cooking, you name it. They had to go at everything at home. So big thanks to the parents for that, for their support. And we've had 4 Beavers who successfully achieved their Chief Scout Bronze Award. So well done to them. Our numbers stayed consistent over lockdown, and then since starting back face to face, we have increased that to 24 Beavers every week, which is great, but a bit like going from online to 24 kids. It's just mind blowing. It's amazing. We've got 5 moving up to Cubs and 2 on the waiting list. We've enjoyed returning face to face, and like I said again, I'd like to thank all the parents for the support over lockdown, because it wouldn't have happened at this age without you guys supporting them. Thanks to my leadership team, Hayley, Jamie and Vicky, and they've had to put it with my terrible skills in technology and made me laugh. You're the best, and I really, really appreciate all the support you give us, even though I can't see your faces. I'm hoping you're there. So that's it. Big shout out to Beavers.
Thanks, Sarah. You're going to hear me for the next 2 parts now. I feel sorry for you all. I'm going to read the Cubs report out on behalf of my father, who is Arcala. So I'm with the Cubs. So what another whirlwind of a year it's been for everyone. Unfortunately, Arcala has not been too well during the last year. As such, Cubs was put on hold, and now that he's back fighting fit, Cubs is back on again. We did, however, manage to run some online meetings late last year, and this included, run some online meetings late last year and this year, which included the following. So they did some road safety with third Frodsham, scavenger hunts, cooking, baking activities. But they had a special Christmas Zoom evening. They tried the hand at origami. They learned about scouting in different countries. Got involved with Chinese New Year, did some navigation work, again likewise some work with some air activities, some badge work towards hiking, build us some mini waterproof shelters, and then a raft for the sink, local knowledge, and then lots of games. More recently, they've managed to return face to face on some evenings, but the weather has had other ideas, which has caused them to postpone 2 meetings. That being said, the first night back, they ran some games, and another meeting they made some s'mores and some small fires. It was nice to return home smelling of fire again. We aim to continue to offer a programme based outside the hut for the foreseeable. Although the weather may have other ideas, we will certainly do our best to maintain some form of normality based on what has truly been a strange year. Arcala would like to extend his thanks for those who have attended the online sessions and has enjoyed welcoming most of the section back face to face, which has been a much needed change from the Zoom meetings. So yeah, that's pretty much it from the Cubs. Now on to the Scouts. To say that the last year was more of the same would be a massive lie. What an insane 12 months it's been for us all. Various impracticalities and work commitments of our volunteers made it challenging for us to meet as a section between June and October. With that said, though, in November we managed to get all of our ducks in a row and were able to recommence our weekly meetings, albeit virtually via Zoom. Having been using similar technology from homeschooling, our Scouts adapted well to the online meetings. As leaders, although we might be using Microsoft Teams and Zoom on a regular basis for work, translating that into leading a group of Scouts is a completely different kettle of fish. Despite these challenges, though, we've managed to carry on with our programme and have so far handed out 44 badges, with more on the way, including the chef, local knowledge, digital maker, craft, and many more. We have one Scout who is very close to successfully achieving their Chief Scout Gold Award. There's just a few final hurdles to get through before they'll be able to receive it later in the year. Since the end of April, we've been very fortunate in the fact that we've been able to return to face-to-face activities. Since then, we've held meetings at Queen Charlotte's Wood, Delamere Forest, out and about around the village, as well as outside our HQ. It's been fantastic finally being able to return to face-to-face, and there's certainly been a much welcome change for online meetings. I'm sure the Scouts will agree with that as well. Unfortunately, the various lockdowns and gap of no scouting between June and October has had an impact on our numbers. At one point, we were running with as low as 11 young people. The good news there is that we have recently had 5 young people move up from Cubs, and a new member has joined us since returning face-to-face, which takes our current numbers to 17. I would just like to end by saying a huge thank you to our Scouts and their parents for sticking with us over the last 12 months. Thanks for putting up with our last-minute change of plans and helping us to facilitate the necessary changes we've had to implement over the last year to keep everyone safe. A massive thank you also goes out to Steve and Sarah as well for everything they have done to support the section over the last year. It's really been appreciated by all. Stay safe, and I'm going to hand now back over to Nat.
Yeah. So, if anyone would like to go and view the trustee report highlights, if you go to our website, which everybody knows where that is by now, you'll be able to view the essential documents which meet our POR and Charity Commission, addresses the key aspects of structure, governance and management, and the main 2020 achievements. So now, for the final year, so don't leave us, I'd like to hand over to our treasurer.
You need to unmute, sir.
Yeah, I just saw that. 2020 was a very quiet year for accounts. The only fundraising managed was the quiz and curry evening, which we held shortly before lockdown. The plant sales that everybody worked so hard towards had to be cancelled and ultimately refunded, although some folks let us keep their payments. A fair amount of money paid in for the camps in 2020 was also refunded, and with more refunded in 2021. So our total income for 2020 was 21,000, but this consisted of 13,000 from Cheshire West. Fundraising, we only managed 1,000, and member subscriptions, quite surprisingly, was nearly 5,000. So, as mentioned above, our fundraising figure is made up of the quiz and curry night and the donations from the plant sale. And our only donor last year was the Cheshire West COVID grants. Expenditure is also down for 2020. The census costs went up from last year, as did the sundry costs. The sundry and maintenance are up due to the risk assessment requirements for COVID. Trying to get ready to reopen, we've had to put a whole lot of measures in place to make the hut safe. And subscriptions, it's amazing that we did get so many through with us being closed. So at the end of the year last year, we had £25,000 in the bank, which we are now spending as we go on the renovation. So yeah, this year is going to be an exciting year. Thank you. Back to Nat.
Hello, it's me again. So the group executive committee, it plays a vital role in the running of our group. The exec committee makes decisions and carries out administrative tasks to ensure that the best quality scouting can be delivered to our young people and the scout group. The exec committee exists to support the scout, the GSL, which at the minute we haven't got, meeting responsibilities of their appointment. Members of the exec committee must act collectively as charity trustees of the scout group and in its best interests. Who's in the committee? Members elected at the AGM consist of the chair, the secretary and the treasurer. Leaders, group scout leader, assistant group scout leader, beaver leader, club leader and scout leader, and other members. Who was eligible to vote? So we've got the scouters, the troop assistants, administrative advisors, patrol leaders and all the parents. How voting took place. So it was online for quite a few weeks. Our Ash sorted that out. And obviously we all have to take part in that as well. So now it's over to me again. So I am our chair, and Ollie has to vote me in. There he is. And I'm going to carry on for another year, if you'll all have me, because I love it so much. I haven't really got much to say. I'm sort of, you're stuck with me, I'm afraid. There's too much work to be done. There's a lot going on at the hut. I've got to see that through at least, haven't I? And then we'll see what happens next year then. But yeah, I love you guys too much. So we'll move on. Elected group officers. So we've got Lynn Cannon, who's our secretary. I hope she's here somewhere, to be honest. Is Lynn here? Ash?
She might be viewing it as an attendee rather than being inside the meeting.
So yeah, Lynn's our secretary. She's going to carry on for another year, thankfully. And then we've got a position vacant as treasurer, which we need filling as soon as possible. And then we have Sharon, who's been with us for many a year. She's thankfully carrying on. And then we have Nicole, who's our fundraising chair. She's fantastic, Nicole. She rallies the troops no end. Then we have Jack Wibbs, who's he's 21 now, and he's one of our youngest exec members. And we have Ex-Officio Members, Sarah Price. What have you just won, Sarah? Would you like to announce yourself? You're on mute, Sarah.
You want about my walk on Sunday?
No, I'm on about what.
No, I'll let you do that now. Thanks.
Can't remember. What was it? The district commissioners. I can't remember what it was. The district commissioners award for what? I genuinely can't remember what it was.
Be an ace. Ask Ollie. I don't know what the full title is.
Sarah was awarded the Chief Scouts Commendation for good service, it's not awarded for any less than 5 years of good service. So well done, Sarah. Very well deserved.
Fantastic. Then we've got Graham, who's our section leader, who's fantastic, and thankfully he's back to full health now. And obviously we've got our Ash, who's our scout leader. Okay, now we're on to Ollie, our guest speaker, who's our district commissioner.
Thanks so much, Nat. Thanks for welcoming me yet again to another first Ince and Elton AGM. Like always, it's always fantastic hearing what you guys have been up to, and it's been what a year for the group. But I know that you whistled through a whistle-stop tour. You briefly explained what you've done, but I know from all the contacts that we've had over the past 12 months and all the photos and stuff in social media, despite a pandemic, you guys have been so busy and have really invested in the future. I'm so excited to see the groundworks outside the hut, but I'm also just as excited to visit you guys doing all your outdoor activities again. And the leaders should be so proud of getting back to face-to-face. And also obviously running the virtual program, which was no mean feat. I think if anybody had asked any of us 12 months, well, more than 12 months ago, more than 18 months ago, would we ever be able to run scouting online? I don't think anyone would have, no one would have been able to, it wouldn't have been conceivable. But when the pandemic struck, it was amazing to see leaders like at first Ince and Elton to adapt and come up with a plan and really quickly come up with a really amazing virtual program. And some of the things that you ran as well around the village was really great as part of the community spirit. The clap for carers and Graham's trail, you guys have done so much as you always do, and I always think when I visit First Ince and Elton, you guys are the heart of and soul of the community, and that's what I really love about your group. But so exciting as well to see you guys back to face-to-face, and great seeing you guys get a really varied program again. And I so look forward to next year's AGM, hopefully face-to-face, so we can come and christen your brand new camping area and outdoor grounds, because it also looks amazing. So well done, and thank you to all the exec who've put in a huge amount of work to make that happen, and all the work that's been done by leaders and the exec on risk assessments and getting the building safe. It really is going to be a great investment in the future, and scouting looks really, really bright for the future. But as Nat says, none of this happens without people behind the scenes, and it would be really great if any parents out there have any sort of interest in either becoming a leader. As Nat's mentioned, we desperately need a treasurer, because without a treasurer we can't, it's difficult to pay for bills, obviously, and that's what enables scouting to happen. And obviously, as Nat mentioned earlier as well, we're also desperately looking for a GSL, somebody who's keen to look after this amazing group of adults at First Ince and Elton and make sure that they feel supported in everything that they do. So if there are any parents out there who may be interested in doing something or not quite sure what they'd be able to do, but would like to give something back to this amazing group in your village, please do get in touch with me. You can find my email or phone number on our district website, or you can ask one of the leaders and I'll pass it on. But please do, if anybody is interested in helping anyway at all, please do get in touch, and we can, I'm sure we can find something. But a huge well done and a huge thank you to everybody at First Ince and Elton for everything that you've done in the last 18 months and continue to do into the future. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you. So if anyone has any questions, I think it goes in the chat box, doesn't it?
Yeah, I used the Q&A section. I mean, nothing's come through at the moment. Quite a few people saying congratulations to Sarah about the district award. There's quite a few people that have said hello, we're here, but unfortunately it's come through as anonymous. So for those people, if you could send messages again but include your names, that would be greatly appreciated, so we can document it on our side for the minutes. And also, if you've got any questions, I mean, yeah, do feel free to quickly send them over. But like I said, nothing's come through at the moment.
Apart from that, that is it, and just want to say thank you everyone for coming on, and hopefully it'll be face-to-face back. Well, it will be face-to-face back in the hut next year, and stay safe everyone.
Fantastic. I mean, just a shout out there, thanks for what you're saying as well there, Jeff, about the HQ developments. I mean, yeah, it'll be great to see the end result. I think we're all looking forward to it. I mean, even the work that's been done so far is leaps and bounds of what we previously had. So, I mean, yeah, quite looking forward to the end result. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think we've got anything else. So, yeah, that's it. I think we're done.